I just like the sound of it.
You know, you're the first one on there.
What do you mean?
You're the first one that I posted.
First what?
First podcast.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So we already had one? When the fuck did we do that?
So it was when you came over
Uh,
that one time.
okay, I remember that.
But I knew what only to put on there, you know,
Yeah,
given what we talked about.
okay.
Would you like to know what that is?
I would. I wish you would have showed me. I wish you would have already, told me that it was posted.
It was never Outshine Your Master.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I haven't read that book yet. That's on my to-do.
I was talking about the 48 Laws of Power and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I was trying to spit some knowledge to you real quick, man.
And one of the laws being recreate yourself.
Exactly.
I haven't dug much deep in that yet. Other than the name, recreate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because that could have different implications.
You're right.
So, what do we got here? Sativa, Indica?
This is the straight up Indica, brother. This is about to get us fucked up, brother.
What's the difference between those two?
Between what? This?
Sativa and Indica.
Sativa is like more of like a cerebral fucking, like it makes you feel, maybe not up, but it'll make you feel like you're having a lot more brain activity than fucking an Indica would. Indica kind of just might slow your thinking down more and make it easier for you to fucking just chill the fuck out, rather than like an Indica. Indicas usually have there's always usually a chance that an Indica could make you feel a little bit anxious or paranoid even. So I don't really like to deal with Indicas, Sativas. Yeah.
Have you had experience with Sativa?
Of course, yeah. I still smoke. I smoke any weed that anyone fucking hands me. If we're smoking weed, but I just, when I go to get my own for myself that I'm gonna have, you know what I mean, a little bit of, and I'm gonna make sure I smoke every night before I go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And when I wake up, I wake up feeling extremely hyperactive, and my brain is like fucking seriously running nonstop. Like, I wake up most mornings and have to go I go in the bathroom. I'll sit for like at least an hour just to try to. I'm sitting there just smoking and literally trying to get my thoughts together, try to calm down just a little bit, you know. So it's better for me to smoke some weed like that. Smoke some fucking.
So like meditation you're doing?
Mhm. Yeah, I've been meditating since a little bit before my daughter was born. You got that lighter?
Yeah.
I'm about to sweat through this fucking shirt, dude, I swear. What is that shit? I got it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is that stuff right there. Alright, Brandon, go ahead.
I just started to meditate as well.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what do you think of it?
I use music. I use a blunt. Mm-hmm. Those tools I use to meditate. You know, I'm not talking about meditation like putting fingers in putting fingers like that.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm talking about just laying there and having one thought. You know?
Yeah.
Rather than too many thoughts that spurs out through your day. You know? If you could handle one thought at a time, then your day would be better.
Yeah. I listen to fucking guided meditation because I feel that I'm a relatively independent person, and a lot of my thoughts are very my own. A lot of my decisions are my own, right? So the guided meditation for me is like me giving up just a piece of control and letting somebody else's voice kind of direct what my next thought should be. And in the end, I mean, after like a 10-minute guided meditation,
yeah,
it's I mean, that's something. It's different because you leave it feeling like, damn, I just fucking was able to seriously relax for that long. 10 minutes seems like a fucking hour when you're meditating with that guided meditation shit. And I always try to make sure I find like a woman's voice, so it's not some fucking dude fucking whispering in my ear telling me to fucking chill and breathe and shit.
So the woman's voice is soothing, like tries to like a desire.
It's no, not at all. It has nothing to do with sexual connotations in any way. It's literally just, for me, it's more comforting for me to listen to a female's voice during a guided meditation rather than a man's voice. With a lot of fucking bass in it, and I don't know. I mean, think about it. Have you ever been to therapy? Ever?
Yeah.
Was it a guy?
No.
It was a girl?
It was always women.
Okay.
One high school, one during college, and one after college.
Well, look, I've had to deal with a lot of fucking therapists, psychiatrists, whatever, you name it. And the only ones I've ever really felt comfortable with were the females. They're just more nurturing.
Yeah.
Any woman you can look at and say she could have a motherly instinct, even if she has no kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just how it is. You look at dudes most of the time, and dudes most of the time are our fucking opposition. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't most guys are fucking like, you know what I mean? Don't we have to make sure that, you know, we can protect ourselves from other men? You know what I mean? When you go to the gym, it's not because you're gonna fucking one day probably get in a fight with a fucking bitch. It's because you're, you know what I mean? You want to be able to fucking stack up to whatever these other dudes. So in a fucking animalistic sense, bro, it's like we don't look at guys like they're fucking comforting ever. I don't. Not that every guy is your fucking like enemy, but here. But I think it's something to be said that it's not like your first thought with most guys are like, damn, he seems like a nice dad type, nice fatherly good guy that I could you know what I'm trying to say, bro?
I know what you're saying exactly.
Yeah.
I want to give you a response, but before I do, I want to think it thoroughly.
But as far as what I said about guided meditation, do you know what that is?
Someone's guiding you through the meditation.
It's basically, I mean, you can find anyone on YouTube. I'll show you an example in a second, but it's basically as simple as this. You turn the fucking shit on, and it says, it's like a woman or a guy saying, all right, now, lay down, close your eyes, think of a sunset, and think of, you know what I mean? It's like they're literally directing what thoughts for you to hang on to. They like redirect you, like if they know how long like the average person's attention span is when it comes to this type of shit. So like every so often they say, if you've been distracted at this point, just to note it or whatever. Yeah. Pause it so I can go grab them.